Hello, my friend. We have arrived at the Emir's Palace in Kagan, here in the Bukharan Oblast. Behind me is the palace. Check it out. So this beauty had been built in 1895. And there's multiple stories circulating around as to why it was built. One story was, well, the Emir, he was in Bukhara, right? And all of this was Russia. All of this was part of the Russian Empire. So the first story goes that, well, the Emir wanted himself a dwelling here, right? Essentially to kind of serve as sort of like a fortress against the Russians, or to be able to, like, you know, maybe be a little bit on the inside as to what was going on with them. That's story number one. Story number two is that it was built for Tsar Nicholas II, and you're going to remember that was the Tsar who, well, the Bolsheviks kind of, his entire family, Anastasia, is she in America? Is she not? Is she alive? Did she escape? Disney movie, all this, right? Tsar Nicholas II. That he had built it for him because Tsar Nicholas II was coming to the area to check it out. Now, however, apparently Tsar Nicholas II had never come here. And the Emir, well, he had never actually lived here. But it makes sense that he had never lived here because, well, over way on that side was Bukhara. All of this was Russia. Had he come here and, well, stayed in his beautiful palace, he would have been under the laws and protection of, well, the Russian Empire, not his own kingdom. So who knows what that sort of protection would have actually meant. Now, let's look at the palace itself. If you look up there, you're gonna see that that spire is a little bit, well, crooked. And you might be wondering why. Or you might not be wondering why. Well, it was because this area underwent a bunch of earthquakes, several of them, which, well, destroyed parts of this area. For example, that spire. When eventually the, well, Bolsheviks had taken over and the Tsardom had collapsed, they turned this palace, which, so for all intents and purposes, it was really Tsar Nicholas II's palace, right? Because it was on Russian territory, and the Emir of Bukhara had never actually had lived here or really even visited it, right? So this was really Tsar Nicholas II's palace. Well, when the Bolsheviks had taken it over, they turned it into several things. If you look on Google, apparently it was turned into a palace for the culture of railroad workers or something or other. This, I mean, might have been true for a hot second, right? But then part of it was actually just turned into a school. So right as we walk behind here, this area of the palace had been turned into a school right here, okay? All of these bricks, you see these bricks? These bricks were Soviet bricks. They were brought in here from Russia to actually build the palace. By the way, all of these windows are original. Well, maybe not in the best shape, but original. Now see, even if we look inside, we'll see a desk. Blurry, but clearly a desk with chairs. Now here, there's like a little library in there. Part of this place got destroyed, right? Because we had the earthquakes happening. So some of these bricks down here, well, they're legit bricks, right? Nice legit bricks. These were put up here by the Soviets. Those are not original. Now, why don't we go inside and check some stuff out? Well, we won't. And the reason we're not gonna go inside and check the stuff out is because I am stupid. It's because today is Saturday, and on Saturday, this place closes early. And on Sunday, which is tomorrow, it's not open, well, at all. Alas, that's too bad. Now, would the Emir possibly have, offered to construct a palace without a fortress? No. So over there had been a fortress. Honestly, you can't even see much of it because most of it is basically gone. But on that side, at some point, had been a fortress. But now, there is not. Oh well. Well then, under the Bolshevik rule and under the USSR, all of this was, again, part of Russia. And the Russians built a bunch of stuff. Over there was a Soviet playground. Over here was another Soviet little train and giraffe thing. But more importantly, down there was a Soviet school. And a lot of Russians, when they come here, especially Russians, well, from the USSR specifically, not current Russia, but from the USSR, they go, whoa, they walk around here and they think, am I in Moscow? And the answer is, nope, you're in Kagan, right outside of Bukhara, in a place where few tourists ever come, and fewer Americans see. Look at this. Now, inside, it needs a little restoration work. But there's still gorgeous things inside. That, well, you're gonna have to Google. It is what it is. Aha! Now, we may not be able to enter, but we can still look in through the window. One last thing you need to know about the palace is that at nighttime it lights up and it looks sick. Okay, but we can't wait for it right now, so look it up elsewhere. Okay, you like the video? Like it. Let me know if I messed something up in the comments about the history, and sub to the channel. Peace and love.